The state of our nation today is one that keeps many of us awake at night. We see the news of attacks in the North and the Middle Belt, and our hearts are heavy for our brothers and sisters who can no longer go to their farms or sleep with both eyes closed. Just this week, we received very sad news from Katsina State, where gunmen attacked several villages and killed at least 35 people within only 24 hours. Families are mourning, and over 50,000 farmlands have been left empty because people are too afraid to work. This is the reality many Nigerians are facing right now, and it is why everyone is talking about what happened in the Senate yesterday. The Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, stood before the nation and made a very bold promise. He told us that by the grace of God, banditry and insurgency will end this year, 2026. He said that on the first day of January, his special prayer to God was for this violence to stop before the year is over. He told the other lawmakers that the Senate is in full support of ending this nightmare once and for all. According to him, we will not see our end in 2026, but instead we will see the end of banditry. This sounds like good news, and it is what every Nigerian wants to hear. But many people are asking if this is just another political promise or if things will truly change this time. The reason this promise is making so much noise is because of the pain people are feeling on the ground. Senator Mohammed Dandutse from Katsina was the one who brought the matter to the Senate floor. He shared a heartbreaking story of how 3 mobile policemen were killed in broad daylight in the Bakuri local government area. He told the Senate that 24 people were killed in Faskari, 8 in Dandume, and others in Funtua and Kankara. When you hear these names and these numbers, you realize that these are real people with families who have been destroyed. If you find this information helpful and you want to stay updated on what is happening in our country, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It helps us reach more people with the truth. During the debate, the Senate President tried to explain why the problem is so difficult to solve. He said that the country is very vast and it is not possible to have a military barracks in every single village. He explained that the bandits often go for what he called soft targets, which are places where there are no soldiers or police nearby. By the time the security forces hear about the attack and move to the area, the damage has already been done. This is why he is now calling for a change in how we fight these criminals. Instead of just waiting for them to attack, he wants the government to use more technology, like sophisticated drones that can watch over large areas of land that soldiers cannot reach on foot. There was also a very serious warning from the Senate about people living among us who might be helping these bandits. They talked about internal collaborators. These are people who live in the communities but give information to the criminals about where the soldiers are or which house has money. The Senate is urging all of us to be vigilant and to report any suspicious activity. They believe that if the community stands together and refuses to help these killers, the security forces will have a much easier time doing their job. They also promised to look at the 2026 budget again to make sure the military has enough money and better weapons to finish the fight this year. We also heard news from Kaduna State, where some worshippers who were kidnapped from their churches have finally regained their freedom. This brings some small joy to our hearts, but it also reminds us of how many people are still in the hands of these kidnappers. Governor Uba Sani of Kaduna and even President Tinubu have given orders for the military to be more aggressive. In fact, the president has ordered an entire army battalion to move into areas in Kwara State where recent massacres took place. It seems the government is finally feeling the pressure from the people to do something more than just talk. But we must ask ourselves the hard questions. We have heard these promises before. Every year, we are told that the end of the insurgency is near, yet the attacks continue. Is 2026 really going to be different? The Senate President says he is optimistic, and that with international help and better funding, the military will prevail. He even spoke about the spiritual side of things, saying that just as God redeemed mankind, Nigeria will be redeemed from this violence. For many of our elderly viewers who remember a time when Nigeria was safe and you could travel by road at night without fear, these words bring a little hope, but hope must be followed by action. If the government truly wants to end banditry this year, they must do more than buy drones. They must ensure that the soldiers on the front lines are well paid and well fed. They must make sure that when a village sends a distress call, their help arrives in minutes, not hours. Most importantly, they must address the hunger and poverty that make young men pick up guns in the first place. If 50,000 farmlands are empty in Katsina, it means food will be more expensive for all of us. Security and the stomach go hand in hand. As we watch how this year unfolds, we must hold our leaders accountable for the promises they make in the hallowed chambers of the Senate. If the Senate President says banditry will end this year, we will mark his words. We will watch the borders, we will watch the forests, and we will watch the budget. We all want a Nigeria where our children can go to school and our farmers can go to their fields without looking over their shoulders. Thank you for staying with us and listening to this commentary. Please share your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you believe the Senate President's promise? Do you think banditry will truly end this year? Your voice matters, so let us talk about it. God bless you and God bless Nigeria.